Hey everyone, it's me, Romie. So yeah, this is the review for Growing Up Hip Hop, Season 1, Episode 2? Yeah, Episode 2. The Struggle's Real. So yeah, this episode actually starts out with where it left off, which is Angela is at, I think, JT's birthday party, and what ends up happening is she sees her stalker, at least her Instagram stalker, and so it's a female, and she gets freaked out, and so she goes to her car, and her hairstylist and her assistant are trying to calm her down because it's like, it may not be as serious as you think it is, type of thing. But Angela's like, no, this chick's been stalking me. She's been stalking me, so we have to go. So she pretty much, of course, runs the show. So she left, and then Dame Dash came out with Peppa, and they actually talked to the stalker. Well, first he took a picture of the stalker, so it was literally like this. Oh yeah, yeah, click. And I'm like, oh no, he's not. And so he literally tells her why. See, this is the one thing I do appreciate about Dame Dash. He's one of those people where whatever's on his mind, he will speak it. And so you don't have to play games or do that little political BS where it's like something that I would normally do, which is be around the bush or just not say anything at all. He just freely says what he wants because he can. Because what? Who's gonna do something to him? But anyway, so they actually talk to the stalker, and well, she may not really be a stalker, but the girl's just like, I'm a fan. I like her, Angela. She's a pretty girl, so that's all it really was. And so then she ended up taking a picture with Peppa because Peppa, I'm sure, felt bad because Dame kind of put her on the spot and things got really awkward. So then after that, we actually get this scene of Angela with her assistant and her hairstylist are there because they're trying to convince her, yo, this girl may not have been a stalker, and you pretty much are kind of like putting her on blast. And for what? And it's like, okay, because she's showing you love on Instagram, that's why you think she's a stalker? And Angela's like, I know what I know. And I got the teddy bear, and it has to be her. So we find out later what's really going on. So after that, we get to one of my favorite part, well, probably my favorite part of the episode where Romeo is doing casting for his music video, and of course he has these beautiful women come in, and all they're doing is just like, can you act, can you dance? And so he puts on the music and he's like essentially vibe out to it, and so then they do, and then everything's going well until this one woman, she is white, she comes in and she doesn't have any rhythm, and so they actually bring one of the girls that's in his crew and show her how to twerk, and they're like, damn girl, maybe I should have had you in the music video. I mean, you've been around us all this time and you weren't showing off your skills. So that was clearly a highlight for the episode. But after that, we get to this really it was one of the downers of the episode because it was real life, and El DeBarge, he was speaking to Christina, and he tells her that her father is out of jail, and not only is he out of jail, he's also he relapsed. And so clearly she's trying to keep strong, and he's just tearing up, and he's trying to keep strong, but she's just like, regardless of what happens, I need you to tell me what's going on with my father. And that's the promise that he makes. She's like, I promise that I'll hear you out and all of that, and I'll handle it the way I handle it, but you just have to tell me. And so he agrees. And so after that, Angela goes to security, head of security or whatever, so that she can actually review the tapes. And she finds out that her stalker is not a man, it's not a woman, it's a man, and I don't know if he's white, if I'm mistaken or not, but or he could have been wearing gloves, but yeah, it's a man. And so now she's freaked out because it's like, the girl that I thought was my stalker isn't, and so now I don't know who it is. So then after that, we actually get to this quick scene where Peppa is talking to her daughter, and she's gonna bring her out on stage, and she's basically like, you have to kill it. You have to kill it. And her daughter, of course, is like, yeah, I know, I understand. Absolutely will. And it's like, my reputation's out on the line. This is a big show, and I'm not gonna go up there and do this if you're not serious. And so she's like, this is what I wanted to do, and I know my mom has big shoes to fill, but I can do it. And so we'll see later on how that turns out. But then after that, we actually see Angela, preparing for her fashion show, and this quick little scene where we get introduced to her official bodyguard, and it's good because everyone's essentially going to be on the same accord where it's like, finally, you got a bodyguard. Finally, you're famous. I understand you want to move like a normal person, but you're not a regular person. You're famous. So there's certain things that you have to abide by, unfortunately. So then after that, we get to the scene with Romeo, with his manager, or one of his managers, or whatever. And good news, Romeo is going to be starring in a new movie. And I forgot what the movie is called. I can't believe. Oh, Jarhead 3. And so the thing is, though, that he has the music video and the host of other stuff that he has to do. And so the movie is going to be shot in Bulgaria or whatever. And so, and it would be for 2 months. And so he would have to stop everything for 2 months and then move forward. So then, of course, he has to speak with his father to see how he feels about it. And so then we see Peppa with, I think her name's Jazz, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, they're actually practicing, and Peppa is just like, because Jazz is messing up right now. Clearly, she's nervous and she's not used to working with her mom on stage, and so the energy is weird. She's not projecting her voice like this. She's more so doing like this. And so it's just like those little tips, and it's like, if you're not ready, I'm not going to do this. And she's like, I'll be ready, don't worry about it. And so we have this quick little scene where Angela is freaking out because it's like TJ's not there yet and Kristania's not there yet. So then she goes and checks up to see where TJ is, and TJ's manager or friend's just like, you're you're doing too much. You can't be there for everyone all the time. And TJ's like, Angela's one of my best friends. She's like a sister to me. We've hung out with each other ever since we were little. And so Romeo actually talks with his father, and his father gives him the green light. He was nervous because he was like, I don't know. I'm supposed to be taking over the dynasty, so I don't know if he's going to be cool with me putting everything on the back burner to pursue this acting thing. And his father's like, you know what? You have to. Entertainment is music, sports, acting, movies, like all that stuff. And so he's like, yeah, go for it. And then Romeo is like, damn, I kind of wish he just said stick to the music. Because, he really just wants to put all of his eggs in one basket at a time and master it and move on. Because it's a lot to juggle different types of things. We all know that. And so Angela, again, is still freaking out. So nothing's really new there because she's really nervous about the fashion show. There's a lot still to do. And so she's trying to get a hold of Kristania because Kristania isn't picking up because, as we know, Kristania is trying to handle the situation with her father. So we actually get to Angela being at the what is it called, at her fashion show, and of course TJ still isn't there, and neither is Kristania, and so she's just like, oh, "Are you kidding me?" type of thing. And so we get this quick little scene where Romeo, he's actually talking with his sister, and uh no, I'm sorry, with his girlfriend, and he's just like, yeah, so I got the part, and it's like, yeah, that's great, and that was pretty much it. And so then Angela uh, actually finally finds out that unfortunately Christina can't make it. And so Angela's just like, she can't deal with it right now. So of course Boogie shows up and he's there, and then uh, TJ's also there in the nick of time, like with only a couple of minutes to spare because she has no performance piece, and she was thinking she might not have had a DJ. And of course, because she didn't get an explanation from Christinia because, well, she wasn't ready to really hear it. Uh, she was just like, yeah, everything else worked out. Christina, where you at, girl? And so, of course, the fashion show was a huge hit, and even Romeo stopped by, show love, and Boogie was there, and he was just trying to clear up. If my father did anything or said anything to make you feel a certain way, and she was like, "Oh yeah, no, no, I'm good." As we know, she wasn't good, but she can't harp on stuff like that. So we get this weird little scene where I, as someone who wasn't invited, came in, and she's thinking that it could have possibly been her stalker or a stalker, and so her security took care of that. And even Boogie was like, "I'm glad you finally got some damn security. Now I feel safe being around you." I think that's what Romeo said. And so we get this weird little part where Romeo is actually the photographer's like, "I just want to take a picture of Romeo and Angela together," and you see Romeo's girlfriend kind of like, so it's like, all right, slow your roll type of thing. And then, Romeo and Angela have their little separate talk, and they take another selfie or ussy together, and they're just kind of like, you can tell that there is something there, like, because they have so much chemistry, so it comes off as sexual, but I guess as long as one party isn't willing to pursue, then the other one, that's not going to happen. So then we actually get to uh, Jazz performing with her mom, and she does great. It was cool. They looked pretty in sync. I'm sure her mom was basically like, "Yeah, I know there were a few things that we need to work on, but um, good job so far." So yeah, that was it for that. And then Angela, she had a little boxing session with Romeo's girlfriend, and just, to feel her out, to see how she is. And then the girlfriend just starts spewing out the truth, and she's like, "Well, I was insecure, and this is like my first official relationship, and I could see myself marrying Romeo and all this stuff." And it's just like, okay. Angela's like, "Yeah, sweet girl, good girl, but yeah, maybe not for him at this point." And so then we get Christina and her roommate Jazz, and they go to Skid Row. Enough said, because she's actually kind of looking just to see if her father's there, and it's like, damn, is that bad? But yeah, it's that bad. So he wasn't there, or at least as far as I saw, he wasn't there, and she hasn't seen him in years. And so she was like, "Yeah, I'm always going to be there for my father." And yeah, and they're just saying how, wow, this area is only 10 minutes away from where we actually live. So it's like, yeah, real stuff happens once you get out of La La Land. Once you go down, all the way down the hill, that's where the real action is. And so the last part is actually uh, Angela thinking that, because I did Romeo a favor, and, he's just that type of guy. I'm sure he was the one who actually sent me these flowers or whatever, because I forgot to mention she got flowers while they were at the gym. Long story short, it wasn't him, and he has this look of what the F. And she has this look of what the F. And then this is where she tells him that she has a stalker. So that's how the episode ended. Please let me know what you think. Please like, comment, subscribe. Again, tell me how you're liking the show so far, how you're liking the storylines, who's your favorite storyline. Mine, of course, right now is actually Christinia, because it's the most authentic to. Actually, no, I take that back. They're all real, but it's just hers is just like, damn, that's some really serious messed up family stuff. So that's why I'm like, I feel for her. And then I respect all the rest of them though, because no one's showing their ass, and I really appreciate that. I really hope the show is doing well in the ratings, because it's not ratchet at all, and so I really hope it's doing well. So again, please like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Like I said, I'll be doing a review for this show every week, and as long as it's on, I'll do a review. Uh, Thanks.